Hey, this is David. Continuing the last video I did, which was improving the effects in an old movie. And so I've chosen one of the first scenes from Plan 9 from Outer Space. They have a really cheesy flying saucer, and I wanted to update that and do a little light wave work. Right here I'm working a photograph I took with my cell phone of the sky because we need an outside view from the pilot's point of view of the saucer. The movie didn't have that, but I figured it needed it. So here's my sky object in a very simple scene. I've got the cockpit interior here. You can see very crude, but it's going to work. And here's my saucer. And I'm just kind of basically moving items around so I can start my animating process. So the surfacing has yet to be done. Everything looks very crude and simple right now. And let's see, I'm working out how to make sure that the sky is always the only thing you see through the window aside from the saucer. And I'm going to move the foreground and the camera around a little bit to simulate turbulence, simulate motion, as though you were in an actual airplane, which is something that the movie lacked as well. Here I am working a little surface onto the saucer, so I don't hate the view so much that I'm working on. But really the meat and potatoes of the first part of this video is setting up the animation right. So I've got my timeline here at the bottom, and here I am working on a graph of one of the animation channels. But basically what you do for animating is you move your shuttle ahead in time, put your objects in a new place, and that gets recorded, and the software kind of interpolates where the object should be in the between frames. I'm working on having it fly overhead of the plane and kind of bank back and level itself off in a parallel flight. And I'm trying different points of view from the camera. A lot of the scene is the interior cockpit is not as comprehensive as it might be, but that doesn't matter because it's not within the view. You can see the dotted outline area that's going to be the view from the camera. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to build and animate things that aren't seen. Oh, and here I have my spaceship flying off at the end. Okay, and I'm test rendering to see how things look like. Colors are good, and then of course I realize I'm doing this for a black and white movie, so I've got to make what I do black and white as well. And that's a fairly simple procedure. I'll do at the end. Right now I'm just trying to work up some exciting movements. Now, right here I'm doing something interesting. I'm using a kind of an impact effect on the camera because the pilots in the movie react very strongly to the spaceship flying overhead as though the airplane was struck or hit some turbulence. And I'm working a little motion into the camera. You see the wiggle there right as it flies overhead. And here's the render. I've added in some clouds going past the window. Maybe a little too heavy on the clouds. And a little light because there was light seen in the cockpit. And this really drags on a little too long, but that's okay. I'm going to do some video editing. I'm going to add in only what I need. And so worked into the original film. Let's take a look.
Fifteen to 4. Yep, right on schedule. There's the old San Fernando Valley out there now.
You better radio in for landing instructions, Danny.
Right, Jeff. Burbank Tower, this is American Flight 812. Over. Wouldn't surprise me any if he's asleep this time of the morning.
American Flight 812, this is Burbank Tower. If I were asleep, you'd never get on the ground. In your case, maybe I ought to leave you up there for good. Over.
You got me that time, Mac. This is American Flight 812 requesting...
Tower to American Flight 812. Over. Burbank Tower to American Flight 812. Over.
Holy mackerel.
Burbank Tower to American Flight 812. Are you in trouble?
Trouble?
Take a look for yourself.
What in the world?
That's nothing from this world.
Burbank Tower to American Flight 812. Are you in trouble? Are you in trouble?
Mayday, mayday. Stand by, Burbank Tower.
You suppose a passenger saw it?
I doubt it. Most of them are asleep. But it was quite a jolt, Jeff. I'll check.
Good. We'll get it ready for landing. And keep it quiet until we get instructions.
Right.
Okay, Danny.
American Flight 812, reporting to Burbank Tower. Over.
Ah, electrifying. Well, let me find another scene to work on. We'll do that together.